Hey guys, hope you're ready for another amazing video of Product Review Hub. Today we'll be talking about Samsung's new foldable phone, the Samsung Z Fold 3. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell to receive more videos like this. Samsung unveiled the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3 at the same time. The $1,000 Z Flip 3 has more familiar design based on a clamshell flip phones that have been around for decades. It folds down from a 6.7-inch phone to a square the size and thickness of several coasters stacked. Meanwhile, the Z Fold 3 costs $1,800 and has a futuristic design reminiscent of something from a sci-fi film or TV show like Westworld. The latter, which unfolds from a regular phone into a 7.6-inch square tablet, lacks the same love-at-first-sight appeal as the Z Flip 3. This is because Samsung's phone-tablet hybrid design is still new in comparison to the Flip 3's tried-and-true flip phone motive. The Z Fold 3 is a fantastic tablet, but when folded up, it has the hefty appeal of an air conditioner remote control. Although it was not the first, Samsung has managed to position itself as the category-defining brand when it comes to foldable phones, with its latest Galaxy Z Fold 3 likely to serve as the standard against which similarly styled rivals will be measured. The Z Fold 3 aims to meet expectations on three fronts: as a worthwhile refinement of the company's previous phone-to-tablet foldables, as a platform on which Samsung can test and implement its latest and greatest technologies, and as a representation of foldable innovation in general, serving as an indicator of how far the technology and the associated costs have matured in a relatively short period of time. The Z Fold 3 retains the same design and form as the Z Fold 2, but with a slew of enhancements. For some, the $200 price reduction from the Z Fold 2's $2,000 price may be more significant as an improvement. The majority of the phone's improvements are iterative, small tweaks that add up to a more refined package overall. For example, it's lighter than the previous Fold, which I noticed right away when I picked it up. However, it's one of the heaviest phones I have reviewed this year. It's slimmer and more swell than the Z Fold 2, but it's still one of the largest phones I've ever tested. The original Galaxy Fold was a game-changing piece of consumer technology, but it also had some serious engineering and build quality issues, most of which were unsurprising given how technically complex creating one of the first consumer-ready foldable phones must have been. 3 years later, the original Fold's anatomy remains in this fourth generation, but it is also clear that Samsung learned from the flaws of the previous version. You'll still get a wedge-shaped book-style vertically folding form factor, along with an external cover display and a large internal screen, all housed in what Samsung calls armor aluminum. Durability is one of the biggest improvements in this generation, with a mix of polished and brushed aluminum alloy surrounding the displays and spine of the phone's all-important hinge. While the polished surfaces collect smudge and smears, the Z Fold 3 fits together and sits in the hand with a pleasing confidence and precision. It's both thinner, at 16 mm at its thickest point when closed versus 16.8 mm, and lighter at 271 grams versus 282 grams than its predecessor, and Samsung has also performed what some would call black magic, though more likely a combination of grease, rubber, and CIPG to make the Fold, along with the Flip 3, the first water-resistant foldable phone ever. This phone is unquestionably more robust than its predecessor. When you hold it, fold it, or interact with it, the metal in the frame and hinge is reinforced and you can feel the extra tensile strength. Instead of being separate features, the folding screen, hinge, and body feel more like a single uniform whole. The main 7.6-inch screen still has a crease, but it probably won't bother you at all. You can nitpick it all you want, but the iPhone's notch is far more of an eyesore. Perhaps one of the most asked questions is, can you see or feel the fold line running down the center of the Fold 3's main display? In a word, yes, but it isn't a debilitating shortcoming as some might assume, so much as an inherent quirk of this current state of folding display technology. The Gorilla Glass Victus-clad cover screen now has a smooth 120Hz refresh rate that matches the main display and looks lovely. The Z Fold 3 has water resistance and can be submerged up to 105 meters, about 5 feet, which is truly remarkable for a folding phone. The resolution of the interior screen remains the same at 2208 into 1768 pixels, but thanks to the new Eco Display technology, the new display is rated to be 29% brighter than before. The main display of the Galaxy Z Fold 3 looks stunning, thanks in part to the new under-display camera. Instead of having to look at a notch or punch hole, the UDC on the Galaxy Z Fold 3 is nearly invisible, especially when viewing content like photos and videos in full screen mode. When the display is dark, such as on the home screen, you can see the tiny hole, but it isn't particularly noticeable. Unfortunately, the Galaxy Z Fold 3's display does not get very bright. After some testing, the display averaged 422 nits of brightness. That's fine, but it's less than half of what the Galaxy S21 Ultra achieved, 821 nits, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max also achieved a relatively high of 654 nits. It's more about how your favorite apps are used across the Fold's 2 display that determines whether this form factor is right for you, and Samsung has worked hard to equip its latest foldable with a slew of features designed to maximize such functionality. Aside from obvious inclusions such as one-handed mode, and when using the main display, an optional split keyboard for more convenient two-handed typing, cover screen mirrors allowing you to choose whether your home screen layout remains consistent across both displays or whether you want independent layouts for the 2 distinct use cases they can serve. With the screen real estate provided by the main display, the Fold 3 can accommodate up to 3 apps at once. This is the best way to demonstrate its productivity prowess. With the ability to scale, resize, and reorder selected apps on the fly, and even save them as a shortcut trio you can reopen with the tap whenever you want. The Galaxy Z Fold 3 comes in 3 main colors: Phantom Black, Phantom Green, and Phantom Silver. The best selling point of this phone might just be the S Pen. The S Pen Fold Edition provides a similar stylus experience with sensitivity comparable to touch input even when drawing across the display's slightly dipped crease, the latency that feels more than adequate for the supported experiences. If you want to jot down notes, scribble some quick doodles, or practice digital illustrations, the S Pen is well suited for such tasks. For more serious tasks, you might be better off with Apple's latest iPad Pro and Apple Pencil combo, or a dedicated graphics tablet. Although stylus input works in most apps, only a small handful capitalize on the S Pen's pressure and tilt recognition, limiting its full potential, something that Samsung has to work to improve across its various S Pen capable phones and tablets. Now let's talk about software and performance for a little bit. On the inside, the Z Fold 3 packs nearly every 2021 Android spec you could want. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 chip and 12 GB of RAM. It runs Android 11 and Samsung's One UI 3. Split-screen apps are more customizable, taking advantage of the larger tablet screen. You can put them side by side, stacked vertically, or even have 3. You can move each app around and resize their windows. You can save split-screen app groupings and set up for later. A useful trait that the Flip 3 and Fold share is Flex Mode. You can position either phone half open like a mini laptop. Flex Mode gets more support in One UI 3, and there are more apps that can take advantage of it. The Z Fold 3's biggest drawback is its battery life. The Z Fold has 2 cells, one on each side of the hinge mechanism, that power the Fold 3, totaling 4,400 mAh, which is slightly less than the capacity of the Fold 2. Thankfully, there's still only one USB-C port, located on the right half of the Fold when it opens. That supports Samsung's 25W fast charging, as well as up to 11W wireless charging and 4.5W reverse wireless charging. This feature, dubbed Wireless Power Share, is ideal for charging compatible true wireless headphones or the company's latest Galaxy Watch 4. Aside from intentional cautious use, there are small tweaks that the Galaxy Fold community recommend to help extend the Fold 3's longevity, such as enabling dark mode and disabling nearby device scanning. In the Fold 3's connectivity settings, for those looking to eke out more hours out on their Fold beyond resorting to the phone's battery-saving settings, the Z Fold 3 has 5 cameras: the under-display camera mentioned above, the cover screen selfie camera, and a triple camera array on the back with a main wide-angle camera, an ultra-wide angle camera, and a 2x optical telephoto camera with optical image stabilization. Photos look good in bright light, image deterioration is minimal when using digital zoom up to 4x magnification. Photos look less sharp and have softer details when magnified beyond 6x. The Z Fold 3's night mode is solid, but images appear soft when compared to the S21 or S21 Ultra. There are 2, if not 3 selfie cameras. The hole punch selfie camera in the cover screen allows you to take a selfie. You can also use the cover screen as a live preview and take a selfie with the main rear camera by flipping it down. Alternatively, you can use Samsung's first under-display camera, which is mostly hidden behind the main screen. The under-display camera is the most intriguing of 3 possibilities. The display area in front of the camera has fewer screen elements and translucent wiring. You can see the camera's location on the screen from certain angles or when the display is lit up with bright colors. Consider the camera setup to be similar to peering through a window with blinds. The Z Fold 3 is the way to go if you want a phone and tablet in one device. Foldable phones are still at a comparatively early stage, but the lower price offered by the Z Fold 3 and the Z Flip 3 compared to their predecessors shows an effort to make them more accessible. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell to watch more videos like this. While you're here, click on any of the other 2 videos on your screen now, and we'll see you there.